What's good with y'all boys? Damn, I ain't talked to y'all in a minute. I ain't uploading in a minute. Actually, yes I have. Anyways, what's good with y'all boys, man? It's your boy Kenny Dior. We back with another video. But hey man, I'm gonna give y'all my top 10 artists of all time, man. They like to ask me, they're like, Kenny, what is your criteria for a top 10 artist of all time? Well, I'm going to tell you. One, the most important to me as an artist when we're just talking about overall artistry is your talent ability. You have to be talented. If you're not talented, then what's the point of me putting you on my list? For two, you need to have longevity. You need to have a certain amount of longevity to be in my top 10 artists of all time. Like, you need to be great for damn near decade, not decades, but like you need to be great. Like, you can't just have like one peak and just, just hold on to that peak. I just can't, like, you can't be great for, like, let's say you were great for like the 2000s and you were mid in the 2010s. I just can't put you to that tier if you only been great for one decade. I just can't do that. Number three, your albums. Your albums legit have to be elite for me to put you in the top 10 artists of all time. Like, you have to have your albums from your peak all the way to outside of your peak. Like, what I mean by that is you need to have elite albums from when you started all the way to now, which is if you're in your peak or not. If you get what I'm trying to say. For 10, I have Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars to me has the albums. He has the longevity. He was great from what 2010. You not even 2010s, from 2009 all the way to now, which is with this what the Silk Sonic days. And mind you, my list doesn't really have a lot of old artists. It has some, but like a lot of these old artists I don't really have because, like, once again, I respect my generation. I respect the older generation, but with me, I'm more leaning towards the new generation. Anyways, look what Bruno Mars dropped in the 2010s. He dropped Doo Wops and Hooligans. He dropped, what else? 24K Magic. And in the 2020s, he dropped arguably the best album of the decade in Silk Sonic. Then when you're just going off pure talent, you can argue Bruno Mars is damn near one of the greatest male vocalists of all time. Plus, he's one of the greatest writers to ever step foot on earth. Coming in at number 9, I got the one and only Mr. Tupac Shakur. I know you're gonna ask me why is Pac on here. The only reason why I have Pac on here is because, number one, Pac to me, in terms of an album run, to me he has a top 5 album run in hip hop history. Going off like storytelling ability, I feel like Pac is the greatest storyteller of all time when it comes to rapping. And then you just can't deny, like, when it comes to West Coast rap, there's no like West Coast rap without Pac. And I forgot to add impact. About impact alone, Tupac has the biggest impact in rap. Like, outside of Kanye, like, if you're talking about like the West Coast rap overall, like, Tupac has he is the West Coast. Like, there is no West Coast without Tupac. Point blank period. Coming in at number 8, we have Robert Kelly, aka R. Kelly. Come on now, do I really gotta explain to this? R. Kelly, you can argue, is the king of R&B. He wrote for other artists. Damn near most of the motherfuckers that y'all talk about in the 90s and the 2000s, R. Kelly has written for. And then on top of that, man, you can argue this man is a top 3 singer of all time. Some of y'all gonna be in the comments being like, oh, why is R. Kelly on here? And why, oh, he does this, he does that. Gang, I don't care about what R. Kelly has done. All I care about is the music, man. And R. Kelly, to me, has produced one of the greatest musics of all time. Point blank. Number 7, I'm going to go with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick is a top 3 lyricist of all time. He has one of the greatest album runs of all time in the 2010s. You can even argue all time. And then if you want to talk about like what Tupac did for like the 90s, I feel like that translated to Kendrick. And then when Tupac died or whatever, I feel like Kendrick kind of took the title away from him when we're talking about the West Coast rap. I feel like Kendrick elevated the West Coast rap scene a lot. You know what I'm saying? Number 6, I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is the greatest female vocalist of all time, and she has arguably a top 3 catalog for a female artist. Nitty gritty that y'all all been waiting for. The top 5 artists of all time. I'm not hearing shit. This is my top 5. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Number 5, I got Drake. Drake has the greatest peak for a hip hop artist, and it's not close. His albums, shit, his impact that he has on this generation alone for the 2010s. Like, there was no motherfucker in the 2010s that was fucking with Drake. Nobody. You look at his talent, name me a motherfucker that can sing and rap and like elevate it to a whole nother level. Like, there's no artist that can do that but Drake. You motherfuckers gonna be in my comments saying, oh, Ja Rule did that. Really, nigga. Really, nigga. Four, I have Kanye West. Do I honestly gotta say anything with that? Kanye West to me is the greatest hip hop artist of all time. He can go into multiple genres of music. He turned into a producer, into the rapper, and he has the greatest album run of a hip hop artist, and it's legit not close. I'm not hearing nothing from y'all. These are the top three greatest artists of all time, and I'm gonna go into depth on why these are the three greatest artists of all time. Number three, Christopher Maurice Brown, aka Chris Brown. Outside these two artists that I'm about to name me an artist that can go into multiple genres of music. Name me an artist that can perform on a high level, dance on a high level, and can do it for 20 years straight. His albums, his self-titled, exclusive, Fame, Indigo, Heartbreak on the Full Moon, 1111. Like, this man has been great for fucking 20 years, and like the longevity from this man is insane, bro. And number two, this gonna get a lot of slack. Michael Jackson. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know y'all gonna call me crazy. I know y'all gonna call me crazy. Michael was great. I'm not taking the greatest of Michael Jackson. I am not. But it's just one person that is just head and toes just better. And the greatest artist of all time is Beyonce. Beyonce is the greatest artist of all time. The longevity, the performances, the versatility, the impact that she has on music is undeniable. It is undeniable. So yes, these are my top 10 artists of all time. I made this video short and sweet. Let me know who's your top 10 artists in my comments. Go subscribe to my channel. Go follow me on Instagram at Kenny.Dior. Go follow me on TikTok at Kenny.Dior. If you ever want to come on my podcast, DM me in the bio, man. Hey, man, roll to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in throughout this amazing journey. Remember, say your prayers, keep grinding. Enjoy y'all day.